Hey everyone, welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Today, we've got a brand new story to share with you. So let's begin. So recently, I found out that my ex had a flirtatious relationship at work with one of her managers at a restaurant she works at. This involved sexually dirty talking while on the shift, sexual compliments, photo sharing, and plans to hang out. I found out and I told her not to text the other guy again and block him. Well, something told me to check her phone again, and it didn't take less than a full day for her to respond back to his texts on SMS, thus continuing the contact of cheating on me. What's worst is how she described getting caught by me as hilarious and funny, and that she'll reach out to this guy when we're done. She made me sound like a doormat, a joke, or an option, as if everything we had was a plaything for her to play with. Feeling emasculated, embarrassed, and surprised she could ever talk about me like this to another man, I posted her incriminating screenshots to her social media feeds, Instagram and Snapchat stories since I had access to the accounts, and sent those screenshots to the guy she was cheating on me with and her boss at work since she was doing it with another manager at the restaurant. I also sent them to her mother, as she was texting this guy the whole week I was helping her mother move to her new home. The guy responded immediately, and her boss and mother have yet to respond. She later called me back to apologize about the ordeal, but the damage was already done, and I broke the news to her about what I did and to screw her. I think I went overboard, as this is something I never did, take revenge on someone by screwing them over. I've seen that her boss has looked at the message I sent her about my ex cheating at work with another restaurant manager. The boss hasn't replied yet, but she definitely knows now. Time will tell if she'll continue to work there. Apparently she still has her job at the restaurant, and she's doing damage control on the social media posts. She replied back to me, letting me know the developments I had posted about learning before and saying that only a person like me would care to see that happen. The conversation turned into a really ugly name-calling match. The damage has already been done, I'm being spiteful and I'm done talking with her. I'm going to desperately seek therapy and work on myself for the better. I didn't expect this to blow up, but I appreciate the advice all around. She never wanted me or deserved me at all. I contacted the owner and showed him pictures of what happened. He legally said he couldn't get involved in situations that happened outside the restaurant. The screenshots clearly show her and the manager sexually flirting during the work day on the hour. I don't think he really wants to get involved. We live in an at-will employment state, meaning the employer can fire you for a reason other than an illegal one. So as uncomfortable as it is for her, the owner, the GM, and the manager she cheated with, unfortunately she'll keep her job, but boy, it'll be uncomfortable working there. The guy she managed to cheat on me with is a single father co-parenting a son with another woman. I found out who the woman was and I showed her all the screenshots. Unfortunately, she saw them texting each other well over a year ago, and she told him not to text her anymore because she didn't want him hanging out with anyone who didn't like the mother of their son. My ex-girlfriend knew her and was extremely rude and snobbish with her. They're not together anymore, so she didn't know the exact length of their relationship. However, she knew that they texted each other a lot. To no surprise, their relationship also ended because he was also cheating on her at the same restaurant with another woman who worked there while their son was extremely young. For all the talk about how my ex-girlfriend didn't want to be a single mother and how she despised her father for cheating on her mother while she was pregnant, she sure loved playing the role as the other woman. This story ends here. And here's the second story, titled My Revenge Affair Saved My Marriage. I hadn't thought about it for quite a while. Over the years, the memories of those 2 weeks have popped less and less frequently into my mind. The other day, while watching a movie with my boys, a song came on that has always reminded me of that time. My wife knew about what I was doing, and we've talked about it quite a lot, but I can't really tell her the extent of these feelings. I just need to put them somewhere before I let them go for the last time. About 15 years ago, my wife had an affair. It was about as typical as an affair can be, mom getting back into work after time off for twins, a little insecure about her body. A handsome younger guy at the office notices the vulnerability, takes advantage, and culminates in a brief physical affair before she confesses. Despite how brutal the whole experience was, I was pretty committed to salvaging my marriage early on. I was actually adamantly opposed to any sort of a revenge affair for a long time, despite her offer of one. She generally did all the things a repentant cheater is meant to do: full disclosure, leaving the job, radical transparency, counseling, the whole 9 yards. Her confession and actions thereafter laid the groundwork for where we got to, and I will always commend her for that. Physical intimacy, however, was immensely hard for me to resume. I found myself with a conundrum. On the one hand, our communication in the wake of the affair vastly improved, and I desired the emotional intimacy that sex brings. However, to actually bring myself to sleep with her, I had to completely remove any emotions from the act. I struggled with this for a long time. It came to a point where I finally decided to take my wife up on her offer. Not as a form of revenge, using another person as a tool to get even is evil as is sleeping with someone to hurt someone else. For all her lies and betrayal, at least my spouse didn't do that. I wanted other things, to feel desired, to know her perspective, to feel completely baggage-free sex again. To this day, I do not know why she took an interest in my pathetic Craigslist post. She was young, gorgeous, fun, and empathetic, the last thing I expected. Now, this isn't one of those Bridges of Madison County stories. I didn't fall in love or anything. She was nothing more and nothing less than exactly what I needed in that moment, and she gave me two of the most wonderful weeks of my life. After I came home, my wife and I eventually managed to reconcile properly, more or less, and I can truly say I'm pleased I stayed. Our sex life eventually improved, and while it's never been truly the same, I was able to get past a lot of the hang-ups that had been plaguing me. Oh, if you're out there, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Wham bam shanglang. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories like this. See you next time.